The United Nations Refugees Agency is helping refugees who voluntarily returned to Somalia to reintegrate back into their communities. The agency has set up projects to build empowerment and self-reliance. Faduma received training in tie and dye and now runs her own successful business and is able to support her family.
24-year-old Faduma entire life in the Dadaab refugee camp in Kenya. Last year, she decided to return to her homeland to rebuild her life. She says at first, the transition was hard.
We did not know where to go shopping. Sometimes the children might get sick and you need to take them to a doctor, but you do not know the way. There were a lot of difficulties, but we overcame them.
Faduma says a year ago she could barely foresee a life where she was in control and earning an income. Born and raised in Kenya's Dadaab camp, Faduma could only imagine her homeland through the stories and memories shared by her parents, who fled Somalia's civil war in 1991. Today she is part of 1,200 Somalis who've been receiving training in tie and dye through a program supported by the UNHCR. She now runs her own successful business and is able to support her family. The trainees receive cash grants to start businesses and are supported by regular visits from their trainers.
I feel extremely happy that we came back to our country. Peace is slowly returning. We returned to our people. Now we live in freedom, and nobody asks you where you are from.
The scale of returns to Somalia, however, continues to be restricted, since some areas in the country are still not safe for the millions that have been displaced. More than 1 million people are displaced in Somalia alone, and nearly another million are refugees.
As Nigeria joins the rest of the world to observe the International Migrants Day, the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons is advocating a humane treatment for all migrants, irrespective of their status. After a sensitization walk in Abuja, the Federal Commissioner of the National Commission for Refugees, Mrs. Sadiq Umar Farouk, explains that the increasing cases of inhumane treatment received by young Nigerians who continue to embark on dangerous journeys through the desert and the Mediterranean to Europe is becoming worrisome. The Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Dr. Garba Abadi, who participated in the walk, pledges a continuous support of the agency in sensitizing Nigerians on the dangers of illegal and irregular migration.
Migration is a part of our humanity. It will not be possible to make it disappear. Therefore, we are advocating for safe, regular, and human migration. This walk is a symbol of solidarity with our brothers and sisters who have lost their lives or have gone missing during perilous journeys through the desert or by the sea in search of a better life. We remember many who have drowned at sea, the uncountable migrants sold as slaves and confined in detention centers. We remember also the unknown or the faceless that were left behind during the journey and those that have been forgotten.
We are synthesizers. We are advocates. We have platforms. We are presenting these platforms for synthesization and advocacy and calling on all Nigerians to be friends and partners on this particular incidents of irregular migration. We have seen the harm that is being visited, the indignities that are being meted on all irregular migrants.